Welcome to Brothers Born Podcast Player 3 Edition. It's me, Crutchy.
I'm Ross Libos.
I'm Dracula Dragon.
And I'm Minnie Goofus.
We're here to bring you all the awesomeness of video games.
Or at least our spin on it.
And it's gonna be great.
Thoughts may vary.
Hey, everybody, this is Stephen Bourne, one of the Bourne brothers. I'm joined today by one of the other Bourne brothers,
Of course.
Kevin.
It's Kevin, of course, yeah.
Yes, of course. Now, today's a little unique. It's the first episode of the year, so that's exciting. But typically our Player 3 model includes either our friend Brendan or Kevin's daughter Kali, but it's just Kevin and I hanging out. We're going to talk about a few things today regarding video games and such, but we're just pumped for the 2025. Alive in 25, am I right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Just kidding. Hey, so today we think a day, or I think it was yesterday, right? Or was it the day before that the trailer went out?
I don't know, but within the last 2 days,
The
the trailer for the Nintendo Switch 2 went out.
Yes. So we want to talk a little bit about that today and our thoughts, but kind of before we get into it, I guess, what have you been nerding out about lately, my dude?
I haven't really been nerding about anything, but I've been playing Splatoon 3 as usual. I've also been playing My Sims.
My Sims?
Yeah, don't judge.
Wow. I thought you were evolved beyond that.
No, dude, shut up, man. That game's fun. I like building furniture for people. And then I've been playing the remake of Link's Awakening, which has been frustrating me quite a bit actually.
Really?
Yeah. As
I, I,
I'm stuck on the boss for the third dungeon. It's like that blob dude you have to split in half, and I can't every time I try to split him in half, I just get killed.
huh. I don't remember. I did it successfully, but I don't recall. It's been a couple of years. How does Koa? How's your son like that game?
He's stuck on the second dungeon, so he's actually been
Ah,
playing Tears of the Kingdom, which
interesting.
he's doing way better at than I thought he would, and he's doing way better at than he was Link's Awakening, which bizarre
Hey,
because
whatever works, man. Yeah, I liked Link's Awakening. I played it. I think I got it when it first came out. I was a nerd and I got like the collector's edition or whatever. It comes with this cool book. I like at the time I was kind of living by myself, and that's like all I did after work because
yeah.
when I was in my externship. So Stephanie was up in Ohio while I was in Huntington, West Virginia. So she only came. We saw each other on the weekends, but not during the week. So that's what I did. Link's Awakening. But it's a fun game. I like it. I like it. I think it was a cool one to remake of all the old ones.
Yeah.
Um, I enjoyed it. I have the old Game Boy one still, but I didn't realize that the old Game Boy games, something like Zelda or Pokemon, they have like memory cards in the cartridge, and the
They're,
one,
they're like on a battery though.
yeah, yeah, and then the one in
Yeah.
Link's Awakening doesn't work, so you can play the game, but you can save your game, but it goes away the next time you turn it on, so you have to beat it in one sitting, which
Yeah.
is
That would not be fun.
I've been playing this game called I think it came out in 2018, 2019, called Detroit Become Human. Have you heard of this?
You said something about it the other day.
It's pretty cool. It's almost like a choose your own adventure. It's not a particularly challenging game as far as gameplay is concerned. It's more like you
Like a
get
point and click.
yeah, but it's like not exactly because you do use the mechanics of the controller, like you rapidly press buttons or um it's not like you don't really use it with a mouse, I suppose. At least not when I'm playing it on PlayStation. I don't know. It's really really good. So the premise is there's you play as three different androids, and they during the game your android becomes self-aware, and like they're becoming human. And uh, what's kind of wild about it is it seems very feasible, like the story in it and stuff. Like these androids exist, and they they're using them in sporting events. They're using them to go on expeditions in outer space. Like seems kind of goofy, but it's causing a lot of tension with humans. And then now these androids, because some of them are becoming self-aware. It's like why are you doing this to us? It's kind of like this tension between them. But it's wild how realistic it I feel like this could be the future as far as if androids become a thing we develop with the way AI is going, who knows? But yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot. And then I'm almost done finally with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've finally like I'm about to go to the last like the Temple of the Ancients, and I'm kind of scared to go because I know what happens there, and I'm sure the internet already knows. Obviously, the game's been out almost a year, but I don't I'm kind of afraid I'm gonna shed a tear, but we'll see
Nerd.
what happens. But I don't know. I've been trying so hard to avoid spoilers on it, even though the game is like months old now. But I just
It's
can't.
also it's not months old, it's years old.
Well, I think they changed it a little bit though. Like they've already like in this game for little parts of it, you actually play as Zack, which is interesting. Um,
Oh, that's cool.
but so it's not an exact like one-to-one copy. Which
Yeah,
I
but I
could
think
talk.
I think the general story and stuff is basically the same.
Yeah.
Certain
So
key events are
yes.
probably are the same.
Yeah, and that's what. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to do all the side quests right now, and because you get to go on a date with whichever character you do the most side quests with, and part of me hopes it's with Red 13. I think that'd be really funny, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing, and I've been trying to. I'm almost done with a couple books, but that's not why we're here today. Let's talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. It got the trailer launched yesterday or the day before, and it looks super. Let's talk about just the way it looks because that's all the trailer really gives you. Um,
Yeah, it gives you it tells you basically shows you what it looks like and it gives you a couple hints of some things, but
yes, it
um
it looks real slick. I reckon it looks cool,
it doesn't look that different than the Switch one, but it looks
bigger.
different and yeah, it's bigger. Um
And it looks like the
but it does look
kickstand is
good.
going to be a lot better on this one than the.
Yeah. No, yeah, it looks great. And I like that well actually I don't know if I like it or not, but the Joy-Cons connect differently now.
Yes, but the sliding was always a pain though. I do it opposite by accident with the little black things, and yeah, I like almost broke one a couple times. So I think just inserting it will be cool. Yeah, you just clip the Joy Cons to the sides now. Um, it looks pretty neat. I there are some things I'm hoping because I have a lot of Joy Cons and controllers for my normal Switch. I'm hoping you could use those. Not obviously you can't insert the old Joy Cons onto the new Switch, but like if you're playing on the TV or
Oh yeah, like as a like the blue like off the Switch.
yeah, like I hope I can because I put a lot of money into these dang Joy Cons and controllers.
Dude,
So I hope they do that. That's one of my things
I,
I'm hoping for.
I hope they fix the problem with the drift on these new Joy-Cons. Have you ever had that problem with yours?
My first pair.
Yeah, like every pair, both my pairs have problems with drift.
Dude, once I bought the Pro controller though, I've never gone back to the Joy-Cons unless I had to. Like it's so much better.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing on the TV, if you're playing on the handheld, it's different obviously, but um it just feels more natural to me. But
But let's talk about these Joy-Cons for a minute because one, I hope they fix the drift,
yes,
but there's a slight hint in the trailer that they might actually have the capability of being used like a mouse. Did you
it
pick up
does
on
kind
that?
of give I did because they're like driving almost in the
Yeah. And
yeah,
if you look at the like at the Joy-Con on the end where they connects, it looks like there's a little
like a little laser.
like a little laser area. I
Yeah,
don't know
dude.
what exactly the purpose of that function would be,
You just mentioned
but
it, point and click games.
oh, that's true. But I think it's kind of a cool idea. There's also a USB-C port on the top of it now.
Yeah, top and bottom, right?
Yeah, both.
That's cool.
So that's cool. Um, it's
So
bigger.
you could charge it either way on either side then. Yeah, it is bigger. It's a good size. It almost looks like an iPad. It's like a pretty
Yeah.
good.
And then
Which in some ways is really cool because it's like going to look better and stuff. But it also does sort of reduce the portability factor just a little bit. Not really, because like if you're bringing the Switch, it's not like a phone, but it is a little bit. Maybe it's
yeah,
less.
I kind of had that same thought.
But but it still looks rad though. I'm pumped for it. Um,
And then
what are
the
s-
other thing
yeah,
that we I think can also determine from watching the trailer is that Mario Kart 9 is finally going to exist.
yes. It's not. It came out on the Wii U, right? And they never.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U. And yeah, Mario Kart 9, it looks like, you know, I mean, so you only see game footage of one game. It's Mario Kart, and it's not a previously made Mario Kart.
Yes.
Interesting enough, I was watching this, looking at this thing. People were talking about it. And if you pay attention, there's like 24 starting lines, which suggests that
Oh,
it can support up to 24 players for
that's
Mario
cool.
Kart.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting. That's a lot of go-karts.
Yeah, dude. That could be cool though. Like, I hope because right now, if you play, one thing that frustrates me, if I wanted to play with you, for example, Stephanie could join me. The two of us could play. But it would be cool if four people could play locally with four people at a different location. So like your whole family could play with my whole family. That'd be
Yeah.
like right now I cannot do that, and that would be super cool, I think.
Hello there. Do you like the sound of my voice? That's a stupid question. Of course you do. And because you love my voice so much, you probably want to hear it with more clarity. Well, good news. You can help make that happen. You see, having access to better equipment means better quality, but better equipment is expensive. By donating some funds our way, you can help us improve the equipment we have and help us with any fees and the like we accumulate while producing content. We have three tiers of donation available. First is a monthly payment of 99 cents. Tier 2 is a monthly payment of $4.99, and our third tier of monthly payment is $9.99. To make donations, follow the link embedded in this episode's notes. There is, of course, no obligation, and you can still listen to our content for free. But if you love my voice, as well as those of my bros, or if you just want us to have a better looking site, we would welcome your support. Thank you in advance, and please enjoy the rest of the show. So, what are some software predictions you have for this thing?
So I don't know what predictions, but one thing I'm hoping for is the build like the in-house ability to stream. So both Xbox and PlayStation, you can stream straight from your console to like Twitch and stuff. I really think that would be an improvement because I've been wanting to do that with
Yeah,
you, and I know you can get the card and stuff, but it's a whole setup, and I think it'd be neat to have that capability built
that'd be
in.
cool.
And I don't know that I can't see why they wouldn't do that. So
I also can't see why they would, though. We are
that's
talking about
fair.
Nintendo.
That's true. That's true. But I just think that'd be something that's something I'm hoping for. As far as a prediction, I really don't know if they're going to do that or not, but I think it would be
I, I,
cool.
I think game-wise, I think it's safe to say Mario Kart 9
Yes.
as a launch title. I think it's also probably fairly safe to say that Metroid Prime 4 will be a launch title.
But I think it's going to be one of those dual releases, kind of like Breath of the Wild on the Wii U and the Switch, or Twilight Princess on the GameCube and the Wii. I think Metroid Prime's going to be like that. You can get it on either system.
Speaking of, it is going to be capable of playing Switch 1 games, so
Yes, that's a
backwards
good.
compatibility.
It's the Wii U. It's kind of like the Wii U to Wii. Um,
No,
so
no, no, I haven't seen anything about a price tag yet.
yeah, so I'm my guess is like 350. That's my hunch.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more.
350 maybe 4.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about game predictions. I think some sort of Zelda remaster. So you said Ocarina of Time when we were texting about it, but I think they're actually going to go Twilight Princess. That is my
Think
theory.
so?
I think so.
I don't know.
I kind of hope so. That's the one I would like to play. Because I never actually finished that one, but
I never did either.
it looked so good. Like it was pretty. It's a little more edgy than some of the other Zelda games, and I think that's cool. And I'd like to relive that one again. I hope
I
it's
think
something.
that's a possibility, but I still think it's gonna be Ocarina of Time. I also think there's a slight possibility that it might be another remaster of Wind Waker.
Oh yeah, that is a very. In fact, that one's more popular, I'd say, than Twilight Princess. So that's a very
So
good
I think that's a
point.
possibility as well.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that for sure.
Um, I
I
don't know
also
about
think
any.
I think they're also going to make like an up whatever like cool bells and whistles the Switch has. I feel like they're going to do a Tears of the Kingdom also. Like it's the same game, but I think there's going to be a Switch 2 version that's got a couple extra like
I think
things.
it's too soon for that.
I don't know,
Um,
maybe.
yeah, I don't know about a Mario game. I feel like because it's Mario Kart's gonna be an obvious launch title, I don't think they're gonna launch with a
Yeah,
Mario game.
not launch, but like the following holiday season, I bet you for sure there's going to be one.
And I think within a year, I'm crossing my fingers and praying to the Nintendo guys that within a year we'll see Splatoon 4. Honestly, that's really what I'm looking forward to.
So I was thinking about that in the little trailer, how there's that like the way that they paint the Joy Cons. It kind of is reminiscent of Splatoon a little bit. So maybe there's something. Probably not. I'm reading too much
Yeah,
into
yeah, I
this,
think you're
but
reading between the lines on that
but
one a
that
little
would
bit
be a
too
cool
much.
like because it kind of has that like that paint sound that Splatoon has. So I would like to see that as well. But Splatoon 3 is not that old though, so I feel like
It's not, but
it's a little soon.
um, I don't think it'd be too soon though. Like because they already had the final Splatfest. Like, and the way Splatoon games work, whatever their final Splatfest is, determines the story of the next game.
Yeah,
So the fact that they've already had like their final Splatfest to me says that they've already kind of looking at what the next game is going to be.
that's such a cool like way to engage the players in a unique way. Like I think that's awesome.
So we'll
Like
see. And honestly, I'll probably wait until around that time before I'm not going to get it right away. Um,
so
but if Splatoon 4 releases within a year, then yeah, I'm definitely going to get it because that's my favorite game series.
I just pulled up this random article on Dexter2.com about like predictions of launch titles. Check some of these out. Halo, the Master Chief Collection. I forgot that Nintendo and Microsoft are like kind of buddy buddy now, so there might be something there.
I don't think they'll do Halo on Nintendo though.
Uh, um, yeah, probably not. But and I don't ever see Mario ever going on a Xbox. So,
No, obviously not.
oh,
What about Donkey Kong?
that'd be sweet.
They just did a remake of like a yeah like a remake of a Donkey Kong game I think for
Yeah,
Switch.
that is one series I've never played,
I could never get into it.
other than the
I know.
very first one on like the ColecoVision that I have. I never really played it. That's not even really. I mean, it's Donkey Kong, but not in the way that it currently is. Um, but yeah, I don't know.
I tell you what I would like to see is a new Star Fox game.
That would be pretty rad. I don't think it's very likely though. I feel like
I don't
that's
think
one
so either. I think Star Fox is kind of eh.
we're missing
I
a
don't
big
think it's
one that I think is an obvious one that we kind of just ignored. There's going to be some sort of Pokemon thing for
Oh
sure.
yeah, obviously.
Because that's
Not
like
right away though. Not right away.
but maybe not right away. But there's going to be a big Pokemon thing. Like again, maybe the following holiday season or the following summer or something. I think the big one when they launch is going to be Metroid Prime 4. This article suggests that Red Dead Redemption will be on there,
Well,
and
Red Dead Redemption is on the
Red
Switch.
Redemption 2. Sorry, Red Dead Redemption
Oh,
2.
okay, cool.
And they also are
I,
predicting Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, which would be interesting, I think.
I could see that.
Yeah. Um, so this other article I pulled up, they're suggesting Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom enhanced. So that could be
I
cool.
feel like it's too soon for that. I don't think they'll do it. I
Mm,
think they have too many other Zelda games that they need
that's
to
true.
remasters about first.
They want to bring back the.
Like Minish Cap, dude, I would love for them to bring back Minish Cap.
You could play it on the Game Boy Advance thing. I think I've not tried it yet, but I'm
Well,
pretty
you can
sure it's on
play
there.
Link's Awakening on there too,
That's
but
and
they still
Ocarina of
remade
Time.
that.
I wouldn't mind a Majora's Mask remaster. If they do Ocarina of Time, I feel like they could do Majora's Mask as well. Because I never actually played that all the way through. I got too frustrated with the time travel aspect of it. I just kind of. But
Well, you've played more Zelda games than I have, so
I've started almost every single one of them. I've only finished a handful though. But yeah, there's some cool stuff coming out with I it's interesting. I just now thought of this. So Nintendo World is opening at Universal Studios Orlando in May, and I spent stupid money on a ticket for that the second day it's open. So I don't know if that was a smart move or not, but I will certainly find it fun. But I feel like Nintendo's just popping, dude. They got this new Switch. They got the stuff at Universal Studios going on. Now they're going to move into the Orlando Universal Studios, and they got the Mario movies, which the first one actually wasn't that good, but it still took in
liked
a
it.
lot, made a lot of money. So
I enjoyed it.
it was okay. But yeah, it's pretty
There's
exciting.
also the Legend of Zelda movie that's going to be coming out at some point in
Yeah,
time.
yeah, we'll
I don't
see.
know how I feel about that. I'm
I
kind of
mean,
against that as a movie.
I'll see it for sure, but I would
Yeah,
rather of all the Nintendo properties I think would make a sick movie. I think Metroid would actually make the coolest
I
TV
had this whole
series
thing
or
about like
movie
what movies would work. So for Nintendo problem franchises, Metroid would definitely be probably the best one.
for sure.
Like it would like because you can have some like alien aspect to it. I mean, the game has a lot of like influence from the Alien movies, so
Yeah,
like I feel like Metroid would be really good. I think for fan service, a Bayonetta movie.
yeah. But
But I
I
don't
mean,
know if they would do that because that's kind of a more mature game.
yeah, I don't think that wouldn't be the first one. Do you
No, I
think
wouldn't.
they'll ever build like a verse, like the Nintendo Extended
Oh,
Universe
I'm sure.
movies?
I'm sure they will. What about a
Yeah,
Star Fox movie? That'd be kind of weird.
it feels animated. It'd have to be animated. There's no
Yeah, it would
way
have
they
to be
could.
animated.
That'd be fun. I would enjoy it. I mean, I'd just go see anything Nintendo makes. I'm gonna go see it because I'm just a perfect consumer like that. Speaking of being a perfect consumer, is the Nintendo Switch 2? Are you getting it at launch?
No, I'm not going to get it at launch.
Not getting it at launch. All right.
I don't think I'm going to have the money for it. And like you said, if, it would depend. I don't know when I'm going to get it. It kind of depends. Like I mentioned earlier, if Splatoon 4 comes out earlier than rather than later, then I'll get the Switch earlier rather than later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not going to get it at launch. I'll probably wait a little while to get it.
I haven't. I want to see what titles are coming out. If there is like a new Zelda title, or there won't be a new Zelda. I know there won't be a new Zelda title. If the Zelda, depending on which Zelda title they do, I would consider it. But also, if I remember right, didn't the Switch have like issues when it first launched? Like the first
It
wave.
every system has issues when they first launch. I have a first wave first launch Switch, and mine still works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I haven't had any issues with it at all. But I know there were some that did, and then I think it's true with every game system when they
Yeah. I
have
know.
that launch. It's
I think
always
one of the Xboxes was like melting games or something weird like that.
yeah. Like the old school PSP. I got that at launch as well, and there's like a lot of problems with it, but mine was mostly fine.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't just. I mean, I'll wait to see what's coming out with it, but I feel like it's gonna. Well, here's the other thing. Look at history. Let's start with Nintendo 64 because Nintendo and Super Nintendo are both very successful. But Nintendo 64, people love that console. People still love that console. It's a piece of history from the 90s, you know? GameCube, although it was good, didn't have nearly as much of a.
I
It
feel like
did.
GameCube was highly underrated.
Oh, I agree with you, but it didn't. I loved the GameCube. It didn't quite make the sales like the N64 did, and a lot of people complained about it. The next one, the Wii, super successful, absolute hit. People who don't like video games had Wii's because of Wii Sport, and there's lots in the fourth Mario Kart. There's a lot of good stuff about the Wii. People loved it.
Yeah.
The Wii U, pretty controversial. People said it was kind of a downward, and I would say I probably agree.
I got a Wii U and I had problems with buying. Um it's I mean it's not a bad system, but it's not that different from the Wii. It's
Yeah.
kind of like I feel like they were kind of experimenting. Like the Switch is what they wanted the Wii U to be.
Yes, 100%.
So and they experimented with, having like both handheld and TV mode, which worked okay. Like I said, I had one, but the biggest problem with the Wii U was there weren't a lot of Wii U games. There just weren't that many.
In
And
fact, I think
the ones
almost
they did have were pretty mediocre.
I'm pretty sure 90% of them have now been ported to the Switch. Maybe there's a couple that never were, but I think most of the games.
Yeah.
I could be wrong there. That's just my own guess, but Wii U was not that successful. Switch, total smash. It's like flying off the shelves when it first came out. People love
It's
that
still
thing.
flying off the
Yeah.
shelves.
So now that begs the question: if history repeats itself, the Switch 2 might be a flop the way the GameCube and the Wii U were.
Well,
Do you think that'll happen, or do you think it's going to be a
I,
successful thing?
I don't know. In one hand, I think there's a possibility to be a flop because really been kind of sitting on their hands when it comes to releasing it, and there's
Yeah.
been um but at the same time, what Nintendo typically has done is they have some new gimmick with their new systems,
Oh, for
right?
sure. Absolutely.
They're not doing that this time. It's not a new gimmick. It's like PlayStation or Xbox, they take what that works and just improve upon it. So
Yeah.
with that said, I think there's a high chance that it'll be very successful.
That's true. That's a fair point.
Especially since it is backwards compatible, so that's a big, you know, thing there. Let's face it, most Switch owners are probably going to get a Switch too.
I mean, I'm going to eventually, for sure. 100% going to get one. I just don't know when yet. Like, but I think I'll probably be a sucker and get one at launch or shortly after. But yeah, I think that's a good point because like the other consoles, it's just a more of the same but better. And I think Nintendo maybe that's a wise move on their end. Like it's the same thing but better. And it looks like if they are talking about putting Red Dead Redemption 2 or these Final Fantasy titles, it looks like the video card or whatever, like the graphics and the specs are going to definitely be better because those games are
It's
pretty take a lot of
supposed it's gonna
power.
be supposedly gonna be comparable to PS4.
Oh, interesting. So that's cool. So yeah, those games would work on there then, and I think that'll definitely convince a lot more people um to get it. Because I'll
I don't
admit,
know,
I mean, I
a
like the
little bit.
Switch a lot, and I love my Switch, but I will say that my PlayStation looks way better. Every game looks 100% better on that.
I never really cared. Sorry, never really cared how much a game look, how well a game looks, as long as it has good playability.
That is true. And I will say, and Nintendo, because a lot of their own stuff is not meant to look realistic, it's meant to just be cool and like kind of cute in a way. It works, you know. So that's a good point. And
Like,
sometimes when
like
games
I
are
would
trying
not
to,
want a super detailed, realistic looking Splatoon. That would be a terrible idea.
yeah. Same with any of those. That's fair. But it still looks good. Like it still looks, the colors are and the graphics are still nice. But I'm curious if the graphics are that good in a portable device, what's the battery life going to be like on that thing? And like, I don't think even if it does look better, I don't think they're going to try and chase the big titles that are releasing on other consoles. They're going to
Yeah.
focus more on their own brand, and
Well,
that's what
and let's
works for
face it,
them. So
Nintendo can do that.
they have the power to do that because like there's a couple PlayStation exclusives or Xbox exclusives, but they don't have nearly the same hype the way like a new Zelda game does
Yeah,
or a new Mario
Zelda,
game.
Mario,
Yeah,
Metroid.
yeah. It's interesting. Like I think of Spider-Man is a PlayStation exclusive, and those games are very successful and very good. But it still feels different than something like Zelda or Mario. Maybe because it's like Nintendo has its own world, its own ecosystem, if that makes sense. That
Yeah, it
like
does.
it's almost like Apple in a way. Like it's like they're their own thing, and that's cool that they've created that. But
I don't know. I'm excited to see what they do with it. Well,
yes,
and we don't know much of anything now, but there's a Nintendo Direct coming out in April, I believe it is.
yeah.
And so I'm hoping then they'll have a lot more information as far as what launch titles are coming out, what kind of like how much power and stuff that this thing's gonna have. I think we'll know a lot more at that time.
So you sent me that trailer, and I thought it was coming out in April. I was like, "Dang, they're doing that quick."
No, I think it's
So
probably gonna be at towards like holiday season
oh,
is
for
my
sure.
is my guess.
So I was like, I was all ready. I'm like, oh man, I need to go to GameStop right now and pre-order it or something like that. But now then I was like, oh, then you pointed out the direct is in April. I'm like, oh, okay, that's gonna be pretty, dude. Wouldn't it be cool to go to one of those freaking things?
Dude, it would, especially since like you've seen the Splatoon concerts, right? Or I've shown you those.
Yeah.
That's usually what they do them with, is what like these Nintendo Directs.
That's
Dude,
cool.
I would I would sell one of my children to get a chance to go to one of those. Um,
But they would both enjoy that with you.
that's true. You have a good point.
Sell them after the concert. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
after the
after
concert.
the concert's over, you can just kidding. Kevin will never do that.
No, I wouldn't sell my children.
But anyway, enough about that. The Switch 2, I'm pumped for it. You're pumped for it. Um, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully if it does have streaming, we could finally do some of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath. I don't think they're gonna do it.
All right, everybody, thanks for listening. Mad props to Max Bear, who designed our logo. Thank you. You can check out more of his work at maxbearart.com. He has a really cool book he did the artwork for that was just released called We Can Be Heroes by Bud Stuff Games. It's a tabletop role-playing game where you play as superheroes, and Max Bear did all the artwork for the book, and it looks so good. You definitely are missing out if you haven't checked it out. And
Yeah, and he's an old childhood friend of mine, so I would appreciate it if you support him.
absolutely. So check out his stuff, maxbearart.com, and huge props to him for making our sweet logo.
That's
And-
Bear BARE though, right? Not
Yeah,
not
it's his name.
BEAR.
No, maxbearart.com. It's great stuff. Got you can see a lot of his work on there. So, all right, folks, we will catch you next time on the Brothers Born podcast. This was Player 3. Next time it will be normal Brothers Born, and thanks for joining.
Yeah, bye.